Coming up, a woman falls from a ladder, leaving her in terrible pain with multiple fractures.
We'll just put it across your tummy. Okay.
A motocross rider crashes while racing, with grave consequences.
His helmet's cracked, so his brain's had a bit of a shake.
And a pro wakeboarder smashes his leg.
Are you able to wiggle your toes?
And may have lost the blood supply to his foot.
When there was some initial concern about the limb being neurovascularly intact.
In Code 1. In Mission 1, the emergency crew are en route to a woman who's fallen from her roof.
Unsure what she was doing on the roof, but it sounds like a rural property, so maybe she was painting or clearing out the gutters or something. First ambulance crew's just arrived, and we're going to try and land in a paddock next door to the house.
The fall has left 64-year-old Steph with serious, potentially life-threatening injuries. It's a 10-minute flight north of Auckland to the rural district of Dairy Flat.
Given her age and falling 2.5 metres can still cause significant injuries depending how she lands and what she lands on, whether it's in the grass or on the concrete or she strikes her head on the way down. There's a number of factors that we need to take into consideration.
Westpac the vehicle, how are we looking?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, they're saying 9 o'clock.
Oh, I got him now.
Roger. Roger, I have them. We're going to go into the green paddock.
Just to worry about that horse, eh?
He's seen us.
Yeah.
Roger, you're clear on the right.
And left. All right, we're cleared out?
Yeah, good to go, guys.
Right, cheers. We'll go and have a look.
The crew arrive to find that the woman is indeed in a bad way.
She was coming down the ladder, getting down a given way.
Yep.
She's fallen flat on her face first, then her arm. Obvious fracture here to the elbow. This lady was doing the hand washing out. Heard a scream, saw her come down.
Okay, thanks. Hi, I'm Brett. I'm one of the doctors.
Hi, Brett.
How are you feeling at the moment? A bit sore?
I think.
Yeah. Where are you mainly sore?
My right arm, my left arm.
Okay, so your arms kind of took the brunt of it, did they? Yeah. So did you hit your head at all? You did. Okay. And what about your chest? Can you take a big breath for me?
That with my elbow.
The elbow. Okay. Okay. You should get an IV line on the other side. Yeah. The ambulance guys said that they could see an open fracture, so that's a bit more serious in terms of treatment, etc. But obviously at the moment the main thing is just getting her comfortable and getting some decent pain relief on board.
There's not enough pills in this house to cut the pain.
We're going to give you a wee bash of something now, so that'll just help a wee bit.
It's only when they try to move her will they be able to tell if she's had enough pain relief.
If I just lift your arm up a little bit, we'll just put it across your tummy. Okay, okay. On Dancitron might be a...
In Mission 2,
Send secure in the rear.
the Auckland crew are heading to the scene of a serious motorbike accident. 56-year-old Dean Cade has a suspected head injury after crashing his machine. 20 minutes flying time north of Auckland on a remote farm near Wellsford.
There's some sort of event going on up there. There's a St John ambulance events vehicle there, and Wellsford ambulance is gone, and we've been called to a male with head and internal injuries, probably as a result of a fall off one of the bikes. We know his status 2, and they've requested us, so probably a good call, very remote and quite inaccessible. We'll be there soon.
Well, keep your eyes peeled, fellas.
Oh, yep, 10 o'clock low. There's a whole bunch of people down there.
Good spotting.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Clear door, miss.
Doors back. Just continue forward there. That's pretty level there.
Right, I'll come down.
Yeah, 2 feet under. You're steady forward. Your right skid's just touching. Right skid's just touching now. And you're down.
You want to shut down, eh?
Yeah, I'll just shut down.
The chopper medics arrive to find the first response team are already on their way with the patient.
Hey guys.
This is Dean, 56-year-old gentleman.
Yep.
He came off, he doesn't remember much about it. The people left the scene.
Yep.
They said at the time they believe he was KO'd and was frothing at the mouth.
Was his colour poor then too?
This is the same colour because his helmet is
What's his
cracked. Dean.
Dean. All right. Westpac 2 from medic, Muzz.
Here you go.
He's on a scoop stretcher. We'll come up if you can get the main stretcher just outside the chopper there.
Yep, already waiting for you.
Brilliant, we'll be up shortly.
All of these symptoms are strong indicators of a serious head injury. Dean needs to be airborne as soon as possible.
Well done. Fantastic. Okay, perfect. Have a rest. Well done. Has your neck been sore at any time when I push? What sort of, whereabouts? In here. So he's had a concussion, bang on the head, his helmet's cracked apparently, and so his brain's had a bit of a shake. So he's status 2 trauma.
On a remote farm near Wellsford, 56-year-old Dean Cade has been concussed in a crash that cracked his helmet and affected his memory.
You able to open your eyes, mate? I'm Marcel, and we've got the doctor's Dean as well. Yeah, and then we've got Murray here too.
I just can't remember the accident.
No, that's all right, and that's quite often commonly what happens.
What's your surname, Dean?
We're just going to put a little IV in his arm here to be able to give him some pain relief and any fluids if we need to.
It's important for the crew to be prepared for the worst. An impact of this nature could result in a serious brain injury.
Okay, just want to pop an IV in your arm, Dean. Keep it nice and still. It will hurt just for a second. It's important to keep nice and still.
So I just don't remember coming off.
That's okay. You've had morphine before, Dean?
I'll take a shot. Yeah, pethidine I'm a little bit sick on.
Okay, we'll give you a drop of morphine, eh? If you do feel a bit sick, please let me know early and we can give you something for that, eh?
It's no surprise to Marcel that Dean is still worried about his memory loss.
There we go.
Just remember the off.
No, you won't do. Your brain's had a bit of a shake around, bit of concussion, and that's quite normal that you won't remember a heck of a lot, all right?
Blood do great.
We'll sneak under the door here.
So sorry about this. No, don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, brilliant. A little bit higher. There we go. You have control.
Knows who I am,
Yeah.
knows where he is, but doesn't know what day of the week it is.
No.
So alert to know to person and place, but not time.
He was going up a hill with a couple of young fellas and they sort of connected on a narrow part of the track and he came off, banged his head. His helmet's a bit testament to that. And they've stopped, look after him. These other chaps have come and then it's all progress from there. So he'll be thoroughly checked at North Shore Hospital.
But Dean's still a long way from hospital. They need to take off now. Back at Dairy Flat, where Steph fell headfirst from her roof, the medics are working hard to control the pain in her arms.
Sorry.
Steph has fractures in both arms, which need to be carefully splintered before she is moved.
We're going to put a special splint on your arm. It just holds it all in place.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is going to be sore regardless, unfortunately. I'm just going to hold this still as I can, and then we're going to get this splint on there.
How many family members could you break at one time and then you go take
Just relax your arm now.
Just relax your arm.
That's it.
But just because we're not sure about her neck, we'll need to try and get her onto the scoop, and that's often the easiest way to transport these people anyway. That's the issue at the moment, is getting the most comfortable position and balancing that against the logistics of actually getting her into the helicopter. So, yeah, not easy. I'm just going to hold your neck. I just want you to relax as much as possible. We'll do all the moving, okay? Okay. Well done. Good job. Okay.
Paramedic Russell Clark administers further medication to help ease Steph's pain. The emergency crew must be cautious. Until she is taken to hospital and x-rayed, they won't be certain that there has been no injury to her neck.
Yeah, thank you.
With the delicate move over, it becomes apparent that the painkillers are finally starting to take effect.
Jolly good. Okay.
I'll take you to the helicopter now, all right?
You're quite cute.
How much wolf in the video?
That's quite normal.
Is that right?
He's after a fella. Look out, boys. Well, I am single.
In Mission 3, the Auckland team are responding to an emergency on the Coromandel Peninsula. 29-year-old pro wakeboarder Nick has sustained a severe leg injury while competing in a championship event. He's located at Tairua, approximately 30 minutes flying time southeast of Auckland.
As far as I'm aware, we've been tasked to a status 1 limb-threatening injury. A lot of that is speculation with the information that we've got at the present time. So it'll be arrive on scene and assess quickly what we've got. And if it is truly a limb-threatening injury, then it may require some fairly quick intervention.
It sounds like there's some big show there as well. So there'll be a number of people.
I'll have a good look when we get in.
Sure. Controls, Westpac 2. We're now locating Tairua.
Westpac 2 confirming you're locating Tairua.
Locating at Tairua, over.
This is the right place, so is it? Everyone understands?
I believe so. A couple of people over in our tent, but otherwise you guys are clear out. Okay, I'm going to come on comms, grab some gear, we'll go out to the 3 o'clock. Okay, off comms.
Paramedic Rob Gemmell and Dr. Andrew Fagan are met by the first response medical crew.
How's it going? Good. Good, how are you? How's it going?
We've got a mid-20s male, Nick. He's got a compound fracture in a left lower leg. He's got no pedal pulses and stuff at the moment from the wakeboarding incident.
I'll get the voice shut down, eh? It's 10 mics per cc and a flush here. Yeah. Buddy, hi. How you doing, buddy? I'm Rob. Nice to meet you. So how did this actually happen?
Try and be up that down rail. It's a PVC pipe and 2x4.
Oh, yuck. Ouch. Are you able to wiggle your toes in the left leg? Any numbness, tingling?
It feels a bit numb. Yeah, just a bit.
And we got pedal pulse down there?
No, we don't.
No pedal pulse? By the sounds of it, he's got an open tibial fracture, possibly with a fibular fracture as well. And there was concern about the limb being neurovascularly intact.
And that could mean at worst, amputation.
You there, Marcel?
Yeah, okay. All secure. All secure in the rear.
Near Wellsford, 56-year-old Dean Cade is about to be transported to hospital after crashing his motocross bike at high speed.
Going to pick up and rotate nose right, tail left. Be up the gully a bit. Tail right as well, clear.
He has a suspected neck injury, but most concerning is the obvious head trauma that could cause serious complications in flight.
Since we've put the monitor on, his heart rate's always between 68 and 70. His initial blood pressure was 117 on 75, and this time it's 116 on 76. And his saturations have always been above 96, but they're currently sitting at 98.
And he's just mildly confused.
Can't remember what's happening. I think he is mildly confused.
Within seconds, the medic's fears become a reality when Dean begins to throw up.
Oh, there it goes. Quick, grab the sheet, anything. Or even a pillow slip on the pillow, whatever. Yeah, you're onto it.
So the only question is that just a reaction to the morphine, or is that a sign of stuff in his head? Let's go to Auckland. He's feeling a little bit more confused than before. What do you think?
I'm happy to do that. Guys? Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll go to Auckland, thanks.
You want to go to Auckland now?
Hey, Pam. I'll tell comms. I think it's a good call, we don't know. And it sounded like on scene initially he was quite confused and unconscious. I think he indicated he was spinning. Got a bruised eye here, eh?
Yeah, I noticed that before.
You guys all secure for landing?
Set secure, thanks.
I'll just shut down my cell.
Yep, shutdown's good, thanks.
Although Dean has arrived at hospital, he's not out of danger yet. But he's in the right place for full diagnosis and treatment. In Tairua, professional wakeboarder Nick has suffered a major leg injury after crashing while competing.
So I reckon we could probably leave their scoop behind. We might just scoop them onto our stretcher, split it, take it away. Nice and slow.
The threat of never being able to wakeboard again is very real. Any blood flow complications could have serious consequences for his leg or foot.
Did your pain come back?
Just
Give you a little bit more fentanyl, eh? Have we lost fetal pulse?
lost it, but it's pretty scant. And I can still feel it, but it's...
Let's move over across under
flight time?
Let's move over across under the tail, do another assessment, and then we have to bust out the KT.
We're not really going to be able to check it in flight, are we, unless we put him in.
Go slow, gang. Good to see you. Take it easy.
Hey, guys.
It's not a good sign for Nick.
We've got ceftriaxone, or we've got Ancef in our kits, because he needs antibiotics as well. That thing's wide open.
Did you see the photo?
I had a look at it. TV is sticking it to the side.
Down on the ground.
Straight on down, guys. Straight to the deck. Cool.
Dr. Andrew Fagan makes a further check of the blood flow to Nick's foot.
One, two, three. Yeah, I think feathers, mate.
Anyway, our options are, one, to sedate him a bit and try and reduce it more here, get a pulse back, or two, just fly. All right, and either one are reasonable options.
I think we just go.
Okay.
Yep. So we're looking to see that he's got perfusion to the rest of his leg, to his foot. If that flow was completely interrupted, would we need to keep tractioning that wound or that breakage to make sure that the blood is flowing? But there does seem to be some blood flowing to the periphery of his foot. You know, we've elected to just leave it as it is and go. Okie doke, saddle up.
Westpac 2 is lifting Tairua for Waikato Hospital. We've got 7 POB. Get an ETA of 1610.
Copy, 7 POB, heading through to Waikato, ETA 1610.
Getting Nick to hospital fast is now the team's #1 priority. At Dairy Flat, Steph is finally on her way to hospital, painfully aware of the folly of cleaning out her gutters.
You know, you should have spent today cleaning the pool. That would have been a bit safer.
Go to ground.
Go to ground? Yep.
Take up a little closer.
This is just anti-emetic, which will just stop you feeling sick on the way to hospital. So we've given a fair bit of pain relief. So we don't want her to be sick, especially with all the broken bones at the moment. So with both her elbows being broken, it's easier to put a line into her foot than to try and straighten her arms at the moment. Right.
So we're going to fly to North Shore Hospital and just get things checked out there. So if you've broken that arm badly, it may need an operation. So they'll look after you well there and check you over to make sure there's no other sort of bumps or bruises, okay? The concerning is she's still finding Russ quite good looking, so we either need to give her more or less pain relief, but...
Then I got my right side.
Okay, so let's just watch that elbow on the way in, guys. All right? Yep. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
At least Steph is looking at the bright side of her situation, but her prognosis is still potentially very serious, with a long recovery ahead.
Okay.
You have my door open or shut it?
Yeah, I'd leave it open, mate.
Roger.
Keep an eye out. That's right. Okay, coming up.
12 weeks later, Steph is back at her dairy flat home, where she lives with her sister Margaret and brother-in-law Paul.
And so TV's looking good.
Yeah, did you have it fixed? Well, actually, on the day that the accident happened, Margaret and Paul had to go away for a appointment in the city, and my niece had to go to actually North Shore Hospital to have X-rays done on her shoulder, on her left shoulder, because she'd fractured it. So she'd gone to have a little lay down because she was in a lot of pain, and Paul's caregiver was still here. So Winnie and I decided at the time that it was a lovely sunny day, we'd get out there and clean the guttering. And we nearly got to the end of it when I had my accident.
And that accident was something that her sister had feared might happen.
My first memory, Margaret and Paul are going to get home and there's going to be hell to pay, because the last thing she keeps on saying was, don't get up the ladder by yourself cleaning the guttering, because that's been a big no-no around this property for ages, because I'm rip, shit and bust and I'll get up there and I'll do it. The one thing they didn't want was a 64-year-old bloody sister who comes home and she's got to be looked after for months.
And it's her stoic attitude that manages to keep her going, regardless of multiple plates and pins throughout her arms.
I mean, I'm apparently 8 to 9 weeks ahead of myself in what I should be doing with this arm and this one. But